I don't know where you got that, but it reminds me of New Orleans, you know? It's got some spunk. Yeah. Made from the fur of the endangered marmot, the Mount Rainier marmot. Hey, what's up, team? You guys want to start this thing? All right, let's get this party started. Everybody's asking, and I'll just get this camel, rolling in the right direction. Daddy had an operation on Friday. He'll be sitting during team meeting today. All right, but nonetheless, I am here because I love you, and you are here because you love KW Salt Lake City. So we're going to provide some value to you guys today, and just appreciate the staff helping me out on this. So welcome to team meeting. First thing I want to know is, do we have any wins? Do we have some gratitude that we want to talk about? I'm going to give a shout out to Allie Adams. You've got a new property that you just put up or closed. I can't remember which one. Sorry, brain's a little, it's hydrocodone brain. Lee, you just had a closing, it looked like, out in South Jordan.
Today for me on my property, love her.
All right, that's the spirit. What else we got? Bring it in. Mandy, you got something. Come on. Bucket fills, what do you need?
A couple of things I want to thank a couple agents who've helped me with open house the last couple of weekends. I'm drawing blanks. Morgan this last week. But anyways, thanks for the help on that. And while we're here, this is, most of you know, but this is my wife, Sarah.
Hey, Sarah.
So we want to thank everybody for the donations as well that we see up right behind Josh. So it means a lot. So thank you guys.
Thank you. Thanks for coming, Sarah. That's awesome. All right. Who else? Yeah, isn't it great when you can just say, like, hey, I'm going to have a baby on Wednesday at 11:15? Yeah.
Hey, so I'm going to fill your bucket, Josh.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah. So we are so fortunate to have this guy in the office. And over the last, week?
Oh, thank you, guys. Love you all, too.
I can't think of how many conversations we've had, either tactically or otherwise, just you and I. And it's another reminder to me of why I'm here at KW and not somewhere else. So thank you.
You're welcome. And hey, let that be a reminder to all of you I work from home folk. All of the best conversations are happening where, Mike? Right here in the office. And are they pre-planned conversations, Mike? No. Clayton, do you get pre-planned conversations with me, or do they just happen? Right? So here's the thing, like one of the biggest benefits of me being I'm an in the office guy over the last 20 years were the conversations that I had with people that I would originally have thought of as mentors. Just, little coffee shop, cafe, coffee pot talks or whatever it was. And so, I mean, a lot of you guys are doing this daily. Make sure you do what my friend calls the Wild Walk. So he was the store director for Wild Oats, which then became Whole Foods. And he told me this thing called the Wild Walk, where at every morning at like 9 and then every afternoon at 4 o'clock, he would just do a walk around the store and just like talk to the worker bees, and just say what's up. I don't know if you notice this about me, but I'm generally a wild walking kind of a guy because I like to be able to contribute, but I also realize that there's so much value that there is in the conversations that you all are having with me. And so being here, I think, is one part of it. I think the second part of it is, be available. Like, go around and just be available. Talk to the people, not while they're lead generating, but talk to the people because they have a lot to offer you. What else we got? Bucket fills and such.
Yeah, I just wanted to echo Sean and thanks to people who have been doing open houses for us. We appreciate that support, and Morgan particularly, and then Angie Henderson did open houses for us this weekend. So thanks, guys.
Yeah, thank you. I know we had Liz up here, then we've got Corey and Lee Stern. Oh, go ahead, Corey. I didn't know that.
I just want to fill Audrey's bucket.
Amen.
I mean,
I'd like to,
seriously, I've been here about 20 years, and I've seen a lot of staff changes over those 20 years. And I seriously come to her with stuff pretty much daily. And I know how much the MCA has on their plate, plus the extra stuff she does. And the fact that I can never tell if she's rattled or stressed and I get stressed if I have 2 emails in my inbox, and she just does it just so professionally and great, and we're just really lucky to have her with us.
Amen to that. The general. I mean, she can just use her vocal pipes.
Just want to thank Corey. We closed our first transaction together, and I knew he was a joy. He did some for me about 10, 15 years ago, but it's nice to be back where I can work in joy. So thank you.
Awesome. Come on, dig deep. We don't have any scraps on the table. All right, Liz.
I also want to echo for Audrey. She's always so patient and kind, and I agree. You can never she's got to be like running at 100 all the time. Like she probably has no idea like what baseline stress is. So grateful for her. Grateful to see this beautiful lady, Ashley Barkley, here in the office, and thank you for the nice gift. And like I'm just looking around the room and just feeling just incredibly grateful to be in business with all of you. I can't really single out too many more people, so we'd be here all meeting. So thanks.
Risa, thank you for all the kisses, Risa, but next time will you bring some hugs? Do you? Okay. I will. I know.
I want to also thank everybody for being so cool in this office, and I want to especially thank Heather. I had an appraisal come in low today, and she dropped everything and gave me some advice. So, thank you, girl.
I wanted to give a shout out to Lee and say thank you. My first couple weeks here, Lee's taken a lot of time and just talked to me and given me some really good advice that's kind of set me on a path that I'm really excited about. So thank you, Lee.
Doesn't Bobby remind you of Aunt Corey? Yeah, like one of Lee's sisters, like one of my favorites, by the way, which is cool. All right, do we have any more buckets to fill, gratitude to give, wins to share? Moving on to what slide is next. Thank you. Welcome, new agents and visitors. Do we have some new agents? Do we have some visitors? Would you like?
We've got some Midvale visitors that followed me in over here.
Well, welcome. Welcome. It's a long 3.5-mile drive. Would you introduce yourselves?
Hey everyone, I'm Danielle Leonardo. I'm licensed at KW Utah Realtors, I
Yep,
believe.
that's the one.
Yes, over there. This is my friend Shaylin Peterson. She just got her license.
Shaylin.
And
Nice.
and I had been to your old office, and I was like, I think you want to check this one out. This one has some good energy, so that's why we're here.
Right on. Well, thanks for doing that. It's nice to meet you, Shaylin. Thanks for coming. All right, so one more. Thank you, Lee. Mom. Never mind, Mom. All right, so Cultural Icon Award. Who was our recipient from last week? I love it. Cammie Evaldson. Come on up. Come on up and stand in front of the group. Yeah, get up here, man. Your time to shine.
Hello, everybody.
Yo, yo.
Thank you for this. This was awesome. So, first time ever in my whole 5 years here. So, this was exciting.
Excellent.
So, thank you.
Excellent.
But I will be passing this on to someone who's done a great job in the last 40-ish, 45 days in helping me add people to my database, ordering business cards, answering every one of my computer questions that I have because I'm old and I'm not savvy and all of that stuff yet. So, and she's pretty good at self-defense. So this goes to Makai.
Nice. I love it. I love it. Okay, and that's you. Hi. Hey, listen, this is only my second team meeting, right? So one of these days I'll get her figured out. I mean, goodness gracious. All right, Utah Roost wins. Marita, Audrey, come up here and give a shout out. What do we got? What's cooking?
Sean just got a listing, so go Sean.
Go,
Yeah,
Sean.
yeah.
Yay, Sean. And Telly had a listing this month in November as well from the Roost. So,
Nice.
yay. I was looking today and I just checked through the task list. So we keep a dashboard in Command of how many tasks you have. And we had over 442 tasks cleared out in the Roost database
Kick butt.
in November. So people are working and calling and making contacts, and you're going to be seeing some big business come from the Roost.
Love to see it. And then I know that Brant's been working with a couple of those buyers that have been sending over from one of our referral agents lead pools. So that is awesome to see those working a little bit closer to the finish line.
Thanks. I was going to ask that question. Ashley, you're on it.
So the Utah Roost is a lead plug and play system that we have here at KW Salt Lake City. So if you are an independent agent or like a little smaller team, we are happy to have you plug into the lead pool that we have at the Utah Roost. We have about 5,500 leads right now, I believe, and all of those are free and up for grabs for people to start calling through. And we recently work with a couple of our agents that are in the referral branch who have stepped out of the real estate business, and we reach out to their SOI, keep them in touch, and that's how I believe Sean got that last listing there. And then Marita works with all of the agents on a weekly basis.
Yeah, we wanted it to be more than just a lead source. We wanted it to also have the feel of the support you might get on a team. So we do an 8:30 script practice, role plays practice every day, and then we do a huddle once a week to talk about accountability wins and make sure that any kind of coaching and training can kind of help you with your business wherever you need it.
Where are the huddles done?
Everything is done in our boardroom.
In the boardroom.
In the boardroom.
Awesome. And what day are you doing accountability?
Accountability, 9 a.m. Tuesday.
9 a.m. on Tuesday.
So you're coming in for team meeting anyway. Come in for role play at 8:30, accountability at 9, WITSE at 10, and team meeting at 11. It's your Power Tuesday.
All right, cool. Can anybody go?
It is open to anybody.
Sweet. All right, thank you guys.
Thank you.
Congratulations, Roosters. All right, do we have Terry here? Do we have Lori here? Terry, Lori,
I'm
Lori,
taking
Terry.
over for coaching today.
Oh, thank you very much. Yeah. All right. Coaching wins?
Yeah. So if you just switch to the next slide for me.
Can do.
Thank you. All right. So coaching had a fantastic Friendsgiving. Thank you to everybody who brought food. They ended the month with 10 closings, 3 of which were Fred Cusimano's. Go, Fred! And then Cherenay and Telly took their first listings. Woohoo!
Nice. Congrats. Yeah, it's good. So for those of you guys who don't know, if you're a brand new agent, we have a program that's available that's called Productivity Coaching, PC Coaching. And PC Coaching is essentially taking a new agent from 0 transactions into production. It includes things like coaching through real estate purchase contracts, coaching through the Ignite process so people have a better understanding of what it means to go out and view properties, to take notes on properties, to sign buyer agreements, to sign listing agreements. Essentially, it is a packaged product like having a mentor in your pocket to help you through the first few transactions of your real estate career. Back when I started real estate in the early 1900s, there was a program at this office that I belonged to called, I think, Quantum Leap. And Quantum Leap, they made you pay, I forget how much money it was, but I basically had to sell 3 cars and 7 houses before I could get that money back. And this is now provided basically for you. And so if you have questions about productivity coaching and what it is for a new agent and how to get involved in that, please come and see me. I'll be happy to share information with that about you. All right. Thanks, Brindley, for stepping in. Upcoming training and events. Oh my gosh. Did you guys realize that Keller Williams is a coaching and consulting company, and the byproduct of that is real estate sales, right? So we're always focused on making sure that you guys have training. We've got a lot of good, I can't say it, but stuff coming up for this calendar year, and it's something that I personally get to be involved in. And that's super cool. I've done a lot of coaching, I've done a lot of consulting, and I've done a lot of training. And so this will be an honor to bring some of this back to you guys to help you with your own businesses. So we have one coming up with Audrey, and it's one of my favorite necessary classes, and that is, do you want your commission? Sorry, prep to get paid. All right, so Audrey's doing this on December 10th, 12 to 1 o'clock. Bring your lunch, come in here and prep to get paid, even if you don't have a closing coming up. Honestly, just get ahead of this thing. It's a lot, there's a lot of technology that's actually involved in that now. So I'm trying it out. I'm dipping my feet. And It's a lot. So Audrey will make it look easy for you. And then also, is Brant here? Brant in the back, can you talk to us about what you're going to be bringing in the mortgage world?
What I'll be teaching?
Yeah.
We'll
Brant?
do some mortgage basics, but also how to win with sellers and buyers. Also, we're going to review the CFPB as a cool interface that kind of walks you through the loan estimate and closing disclosure, so you guys kind of have a good idea of what that is. You don't need to know all of it, but it's just nice to know what's what on it.
Okay.
So let's look at it. So.
Awesome. Bring a lunch, 12 to 1:15 on December 17th. Brant, how long you been doing this?
3 years.
Okay, awesome. So he's got this thing down, and he's going to be prepared to be able to answer questions that a lot of your consumers have that you don't know. Remember, we're usually the first touch point for our consumers, and so we have to be able to speak a little bit of Lenderese in order to establish a relationship of trust. The better that we are at that, the easier it is for people to want to come and actually sit down with you, which is ultimately what we want. Mr. Nate?
Quick plug, because I think this is sometimes branded as like for new agents or for the PC agents. The last one I went to, Brant showed me a way that I got 2 more buyer leads. They haven't transacted yet, but they're in the database. So, I mean, there's good information to get people off sidelines and get more contacts met in here too.
More deals. Yeah. More deals with Brant. Can we just change the title? More deals with Brant. Mr. Moneybags. All right, cool. And we've got wealth building coming up. Who has attended one of Justin's wealth building? It's like, it's for real, man. Like, even if you're our KW Midvale Utah Realtor friends, please just like show up to that one. This guy is so good at what he does. Now, I know he's going to be bringing in a tax strategist on Thursday, the 17th, to talk about some money saving tips, and that's really important for us to hit that year end. But again, what Justin does, the way his mind works, I mean, he's special. I don't know if he's on the spectrum, but I know he's special. I think he's special and on the spectrum. But these classes are literally no joke. Just so you know, when you think you know it all, just come to his class. You know what I mean? That's Justin. God, I'm so grateful that we have this guy in our market center, man. I've gotten to know him personally, and I call people that I know to send them to his class, whether they're even in real estate or not. I just say, you need to come. So make sure you show up for that. And then we've got the diaper drive. It's not too late to get some diapers and wipes if you're at the Costco's. God bless you, number one. Number two, they do have diapers for sale there. Feel free to pick some up for our good folks. Hannah, who did manage to show up last week, which is amazing. And I'm guessing the only reason why she's not here this week is because that's here instead. See? Thanks. All right. Thanks for letting us know that, Mandy. Absolutely, we'll do that. All right, and then we've got such a cool event. I love Marita. I mean, I freaking love her because there's one thing I know she is good at, and she is good at putting together events that are actually awesome. So talk to us. What's happening tonight, girl?
Tomorrow is Skate with Santa.
Tomorrow.
You should have gotten an email from me. If you did not get an email from me today, you are not signed up. So if you're expecting to go and you did not get an email today, please talk to me. Otherwise, those of you who are coming, it's going to be a party. It's going to be a good time. Santa will be there. You can come at 5 o'clock, and I will have your skating tickets. You can come a little early if you want. I'll be there actually at 4:30. And you can get your tickets for skating, get your skate rental. Your skate window for the first block is 5 to 6:30. The second block is 7:30 to 9. Santa will be there 5:30 to 7:30. We will have cocoa and cookies and all the toppings for your cocoa, and the Grinch will be on the ice. It's going to be a fun time. It's
Nice.
going to be a fun time.
Nice.
So that's our Q4 client event.
Man, you setting a bar high. Like, I'm curious, like, what are you going to do in Q1? Because
Oh, y'all have a treat.
dang.
Y'all have a treat.
Can we give Marita a round of applause?
Yes. Well said, sir. Yeah, this woman deserves it. I mean, the fact of the matter is, with you guys, and I'll bring it back, but I've worked with a lot of real estate agents, over time, and there's always a bit of reluctance on picking up a phone and actually connecting with our spheres of influence. We're happy to send them emails, which they block or delete or never even see, but for whatever reason, people that know us, like us, and trust us, we're afraid to call. And what I've found is client events are the answer to that fear. Because how cool is it for me to call up Marita and say, hey, Marita, it's Josh over at KW Salt Lake City. We have such a cool event that's coming up. I know you've got some grandkids that I'd love to have. I'm just making stuff up. You see how I use the filter? Like, this is going well. I listened to Mo at the ALC clinic, and she said I have to keep the filter on, which broke a long time ago when I retired from real estate. Anyway, we've got this really cool event that's coming up. I'd love you to bring your grandkids. We're going to have Santa. We're going to do a little skating over at Mill Creek. If you haven't been to that skating rink, it is super awesome. We're going to do 5:30, to 8:30. Do you want to come early? Do you want to come late? Please bring the grandkids, right? All I'm saying is it is a relationship touch point, right? And a lot of us have a hard time understanding how to build relationships with the people that we already know, like, and trust. This is one of the easiest ways, and Marita has been dominating these events in a way, like, they're the coolest events, you know what I mean? They're just so cool. And you don't have to call everybody. You can call your top 10, your top 20, your top 50, or you can send out invitations to RSV invitations via mail, to all your people and invite them and see how many people you can get to show up. But either way, this is the coolest way for you guys to be able to connect. So thank you so much, Marita, for kicking butt on these events. All right, and then we have our very own office Christmas party / ugly sweater. Last year, I wore the Patagonia fleece because I didn't own an ugly sweater, and I caught a lot of flack. And so I'll have you know that this year I paid full price for a last-minute ugly damn sweater so I can bring it and show up prepared. And Nick's sitting there going, shouldn't have done it, man. All right, it's a gift exchange too, so you guys can, if you're a plus one, you're coming with your spouses, awesome. Each gift that you bring, you can do an exchange for on that. We had a lot of fun doing that last year. The office will be providing some appetizers as well. I know some people are bringing some things too, which is super cool. Thank you so much for doing that. Any questions about that? It's 4 to 6:30. Yes, Allie? Is there a limit? It's $15,000, but see me in private. All right. No, it's $25 to $50 price range on that. So try to stay within that. Good bottle of bourbons, $40. So it's right in the ballpark. Is that why we did the 25 to 50? I thought so. Well, when we were here last year, I remember. Not to throw Spencer under the bus, but because he's here, I just remember how desperately he wanted that vodka set, You remember that on the gift exchange? It did, yeah. Actually, I've thrown the wrong person under the bus. My bad. Okay. All right. Anyway, God, that was a lot of fun. Roja beer will be here for you guys. We'll have wine for you guys, and so I'm just looking forward to it. It was a good hangout session last year. It really was. All right, and then let's see. We've got some Christmas half-day office. What? No, the 24th. Okay. Christmas Eve, we are here for half-day. What does that mean? We show up at 11:30. We leave at 12:30. All right. No team meeting, and the office is going to be closed at 1. And New Year's also, just so you know, on the 31st, because these midweek things, right? We're going to be same half day, 11:30 to 12:30. All right? I'm kidding. All right, so what do we got here? Utah Veteran Tiny Home Initiative. Bring it in. Yeah, there we go.
So, okay. And
Hi, Bob.
I don't know, at some point, are we going to talk about ALC at some point? But
I don't know.
I'm going to drop it here
Could be in the
because
slides.
we are rearranging some of our ALC, and these lovely ladies, Samantha and Kirsten, are going to be taking over events for next year.
Awesome.
So give them a round of applause
Yeah.
because
Big shoes to fill.
I've had a sneak peek at what they have planned, and it's going to be an awesome year. So excited about it. So go ahead.
Those are some big shoes to fill.
Yeah,
I know.
for sure.
They just- She just got a standing ovation.
I know.
We're gonna
And then you just
follow.
went on for like 10 minutes about how awesome she is. So no pressure over here, guys. So yeah. So Samantha, and I'm Kirsten if you don't know who we are.
So a lot of you probably know I'm obsessed with nonprofits. I think that it's really awesome to be able to help a nonprofit, and you can also tap into it for your own tax benefits. I'm not a CPA, so talk to your CPAs. But I do know that there are some benefits to helping nonprofits. So we have elected this year to do a lot of our client appreciation events in
Cohesion or connection or
I don't know the word.
I don't either.
Tandem. Thank you. That's
You're
a
welcome.
perfect word. With nonprofits, because I think that a lot of people really like to give.
Yep.
And it gives you a reason to, again, call your SOI, say, hey, we've got this really great nonprofit, and it's also a party that we're going to be doing. So we have, for the first quarter, January 30th, we've partnered with the Other Side Village. I don't know if anybody's familiar with them.
Totally.
They're fantastic, absolutely fantastic. And J-Dog, one of our preferred partners, and then
That's the Earth Community Garden. And
She
they're
knows more about that.
And they're also a food bank. We're partnering with them. And then the Utah Veteran Tiny Home Initiative. So basically, we're working with some veteran-owned companies. We're all familiar with J-Dog. They're one of our preferred companies. And so they recommended the tiny home, and they donate one tiny home to a veteran a year. And so we're looking forward to that. The Other Side Village, if you don't know, right now they're in the process of building a community down in Rose Park. They're going to have 30 tiny homes that they're going to be giving to people in the community. They have a program that you have to go into for 6 months where you live in the program and rehabilitate. They take people out of the prison system and out of the drug system and help them to have a new life. They are going to be releasing.
they also have a moving company, which is really awesome.
They're going to be
because it
moving
gives people an
6
opportunity.
new homes this end of this month. So they have 6 homes that are furnished. RC Willie donated everything to the homes. So that's super exciting. And then they're trying to get all 30 done within the next little bit here. They also have a moving company. They have a landscaping company. They have builders. They have a donut company. You name it. We're like, you're taking over the world.
Wow.
They're also starting to get into freeze-dried food so that the people can have that for like 20 years instead of perishable foods where they come and get the food and then they might not eat it in time and then they're out. So we really love that cause.
But the client appreciation event and party, she's the party girl. I'm not. So she's going to tell us about the party.
Okay, so the party aspect, we're working on the location and the name right now, so just bear with us because we both are new to the brokerage, as you probably know, and we're also new to the ALC, so we're still kind of dialing in the details. But the plan is we have a DJ, we're going to have disco lights, it's going to be a party, we're going to have food. We're not going to have alcohol because we're doing the other side, and we want to help them, and we're not going to put them in a compromising situation. And we might also be on their facility for the event. We're going to have games. I have a gigantic Connect 4 that's this big. We'll have that. We'll have gigantic Jenga. We'll have some cornhole, some other things that we're still solidifying. And we're working on partnering up with someone to do a media package so that we can have a lot of marketing for this so that you guys can share it in your social media and tell everyone how we're helping the community and then how we're going to spoil them.
So the whole point of the client appreciation event, being that it's right after Christmas, a lot of people start going through all of their stuff. They want to donate. They're thinking about moving. So we kind of just want to make a place where everybody can just bring everything. So you can call your client, say, hey, we're doing this party, and bring all of your things to these nonprofits. And J-Dog and the other 2 companies will be basically sorting it into the trucks, and then they carry on and we party.
So
Yes,
the
Heather.
things being donations like clothing, decor, artwork, furniture.
Really
You can bring computers. J-Dog will recycle computers. They'll recycle printers. You can pretty much bring anything. We're also going to have where you can sign in and have like a delivery come pick stuff up because we know that some people don't have the capacity to bring stuff to the event, but we will have trucks there and a bunch of staff on hand to help put all the stuff into the appropriate bins and get it to the appropriate people. So it's like we're trying to spoil our clients and have some fun, but we're also trying to give back. and in a way help our clients by helping them declutter, because as you know, after Christmas, you're like, I just bought all this crap for my kid, now I need to get rid of all the other crap. So let's get it all out and have a fresh start for the year. So that's kind of the idea. So we're still working on how to like get the concept out there to everyone. We will have that in a couple weeks, and then we'll let you guys know. And like I said, we're gonna come up with a lot of good marketing that you guys can use, and we're maybe going to even get like the media involved and have like the TV news channels there, so.
January 30th, Thursday.
January 30th, 5 to 9, location TBD.
Heather had a question. Okay.
So they'll take anything, and if it's not something they'll take, J-Dog will take it to the
Preferably
appropriate.
not just a bunch of junk, though. That J-Dog doesn't necessarily want 500 people junk. So we're kind of going more for the stuff that would actually be appropriate to donate to these nonprofits.
Yeah, just think about when you're going to donate, like what you typically donate.
This will be awesome. Like, wow, that's awesome.
Hopefully.
We
That's
have a
big.
bunch of other fun events that we'll talk about later.
Great.
This one's a lot of planning, so bear with.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you, both of you guys. I can see the wheels are turning now, you know? I mean, has anybody besides the Stern team done like a paper shredding event, something as simple as that? Like, I mean, we had a tremendous amount of people show up to that type of event. And so this is a really cool one where you can think about bringing in, you know, electronics that can be recycled, you know, the last, you know, 3 years of the gifts that you got from your grandmother can get recycled and get put to good use. No offense, Mom. But you know what I'm saying? Like, this would be a lot of fun. I love what you guys are doing. This is great to be able to pair it up with that. And I'm super stoked that you guys are on the ALC while I get to be, you know, this team leader folk too. So anyway, family reunion, people on ALC, did you all get an email from me? All right, good. How many of you guys responded to that email? Okay, I was like, I think it was just Audrey. Really good. All right. Uh-huh. Well, we're in though, so go ahead and give it to me now that we're at team meeting. Perfect. So with the family reunion in particular, you know, our top agents, I'd love to see you guys, you know, go there. I've attended every single year that I was pre-retirement with Keller Williams. I went to the family reunion, 18 of them. And I've heard a lot of excuses or reasons why people don't go to the family reunion, but I'm telling you, they're all, I can bunk them all. Or, you know, it's the truth of the matter is the family reunion keeps you nimble in terms of what you're doing with your business. It keeps you business minded. It's a lot of fun. It's a great opportunity to network. I told you in the email exactly how I network in these events to make them useful. But really what I want to see is if I'm going to be there my first time since 2018, AKA coming out of retirement for you all, literally volunteering to do this job, that's what I'm saying. Like, let's come on, like, don't leave me hanging. Let's go to Vegas and have a little bit of fun. We can do that. All right.
And if that $1,099 is a little too daunting or scary for anybody, come chat with me and we can work out a little plan for you.
Little plan. All right, good. Shut them off, Spencer. I like the mood lighting moment.
Can I say something about family reunion?
Yes, you can.
I was very resistant to go for many, many years. I didn't want to drink the Kool-Aid. Probably took me 4 or 5 years after I started becoming a realtor that I said, okay, I'm going to go. And honestly, my business took off after that. It's also a great way to get to know people from the office a lot better. I mean, just the camaraderie that comes from being in Vegas for 4 days with the rest of you is part of, I mean, it really is my favorite part outside of the education that you receive. So if you are, you know, digging in your heels, don't want to drink the Kool-Aid, Kool-Aid's not that bad. So I'll be there.
Well, they spiked the Kool-Aid in Vegas anyway, so.
Liz definitely spikes the Kool-Aid. So it's honestly a great time. And with the payment plan that you can set up, it's definitely worth going. I mean,
And it's cheaper, too.
It's in our backyard. I mean, you can drive there.
Yep.
It's not that far.
Yeah, I think the very first one that Marita came to, you had driven there with Rick, did a bunch of stuff on the way down, way back. I mean, how was that experience for you? Yeah, it was, wasn't it? Good. Yeah. Anybody have something to say about family reunion? Say it now.
Please come.
All right. There you go. Please. Yeah.
Okay, really quickly, we forgot to mention that we are looking for a committee for events, culture, KW Cares. So I'm going to pass around the sign-up sheet. It is not required, but we would love to have you.
Events, culture, KW Cares. Okay, listen, we're gonna do better on that. Will you put a ping on that? Like this is not nothing. So we're gonna do better on that next week. My bad. I take responsibility for that. I need to try harder and do better. And if you want to be a part of that coaching program, just let me know. I will tell you to try harder and do better. Okay, Linktree. I think, Brinley, you put this up front too, because people like Sean and I were just sitting there staring at the TV waiting to get, to the Linktree thing, for the classes. Anyway, that you can save that on your home screen, and that'll tell you all the trainings that we have coming up. Remember, Keller Williams is a coaching consulting company. You guys have you ain't seen nothing yet. Like this is about to get very real in terms of what we're doing with you guys, all right? I'm super stoked about it, and Linktree is going to make it easy to find out about those things that are coming up. All right, and then team, huh?
It's also on all the pin boards as well.
It's a what?
The QR code is on the pin boards as well for Linktree.
The QR code is on the pin boards for the Linktree. Listen, guys. I had surgery on Friday. This is my second team meeting ever, all right? A little mercy. Thank you. All right. Damn. Throwing that back my way. That's perfect. All right, so, do you guys all have sort of a 2025 plan? Do you have a plan in place? All right, we've got a handful of people that have a plan. Those of you guys who are sans plan, make sure that you come and talk to me so we can, figure that out. But here's the thing I've realized in all of the years that I've led business planning clinics, for Keller Williams, or attended business planning clinics for Keller Williams, even other companies. I'm flying out Thursday to California to teach a big business planning clinic to some of the top teams there. And here's the thing I know about the business plan. It don't work. It don't work unless you work it, right? So you have to have sort of a one-page look, a glance of what that plan unpacked is going to look like. And then each week you use what's called a 411, and I'm going to kind of demonstrate this a little bit for you. But you use a 411 to begin to unpack that plan into a calendar. So you in the calendar each week, Michael, when did I do my GPS? Like when? On Sunday. Why did I do it on Sunday? What happens when Monday comes in real estate?
You did it ahead of time so that you weren't playing catch up or reactionary.
Yeah, like when you guys show up, to real estate on Monday, are you guys squirreled or what? Like the whole world is trying to hijack you. You know what I mean? You've got offers, you got servicing, and all this stuff, right? And so I always like to show up with something in my calendar to make sure that no matter what, I would get the most important things done for that week. And so are you guys somewhat familiar with what's called a GPS? Do you guys understand kind of what a GPS is? All right, here's the good news. There's a pile of paper in front of you. What I'd like you to do is go to the page that says GPS. All right, let's just look at this for a minute. It used to be called a 13531, and then it changed to be called a 135, and then it changed again to be called a GPS, goals, priorities, and strategies. So most of us have kind of one primary goal inside of our work world, right? And it's usually a transactional goal or an income goal. Am I right? Okay, and so that's going to be kind of your primary goal, right? And then below that, in order of priority, you would put down what are the things that I have to do in order to accomplish that goal. So let's have a for instance here. Maybe priority number one is to systematize our 8x8 and 36 touch programs for our sphere of influence, right? That delivers a 10-in-1 rate of return. So what would strategy number one be underneath priority number one? Any ideas on that? All right, love it. Database uploaded into Command with NAPE. NAPE is just an acronym for name, address, phone number, email, right? So that's a great first step. What would be a good second step, to basically getting that system in place? Anybody? All right, I love that. So basically, just take your database, divide it by the number 60, and that's how many contacts you need to make to your database a day to be able to make your quarterly calls. What's something else that I might put in my priority number 1 in order to achieve that goal? Any thoughts? Make sure it's on a calendar. Calendar out your events. Get your events, planned if you're going to do any private events ahead of time. I love that. Time block for lead generation, right? So those are all really great ideas. How many of us are actually doing those things? Okay. I love it because that's better than not 80. You know what I mean? So that's moving the thing in the right direction, right? But here's the deal. Now all of a sudden we have a plan in place, right? And so each week we're calendaring the things that are most important to us in order to achieve that plan. So that's priority number 1. What might priority number 2 be in order to help us to achieve a transaction goal of, say, 25 transactions? What would be another priority? We could have a lead generation priority in there, right? So outside of the sphere of influence, what are some different ways that we as realtors can go out and generate leads? Open house, expired listings, FSBOs, circle prospecting, door knocking. What's that? Geofarming, right? Facebook marketing. There's all sorts of different things that we can do, but how many of those things are we going to do if we don't create a plan around doing the things? For instance, if I decide tomorrow that open houses is going to make my priority number 2, what's the first strategy I would put under that priority if I didn't have a listing? What would it be? Yeah, every Tuesday I show up to team meeting. Every Tuesday I'm just going to put up my hand with a want and a need and say, look, I want to hold an open house, right? What would strategy number 2 be? Getting with Mackay and creating a little Canva flyer that says Mr. and Mrs. Woodley would like to invite you to a neighborhood open house that we're going to do from 11 to 1 o'clock. Here's a few details about the house. Here's my contact information, right? And then we go and we do what's called a 50 by 50. So we door knock 50 houses up the street, door knock 50 houses down the street, right? We do that on a Thursday. Maybe on Friday what we do is we get the title company in advance to give us a list of the homeowners that are in the area that are pre-scrubbed so we can get some phone calls, right? So now we're going to do some circle prospecting. Similar thing. Do you see how this creates a plan? Maybe I show up 30 minutes early to pre-show the open house to people that I've connected with, right? So I have a pre-showing plan for that open house. What are some other things that we put under open house as a lead generation strategy? Lee Stern? Okay, neighborhood sneak peek. How about have a system for follow-up for the people that you meet? Lee Stern, how do you get people to give you their information when you're at an open house? Hi, I'm Josh. Welcome to the open house. Your name is? Oh, great. You don't mind if I write it down? I'm terrible with my memory, right? So you write it down. And then you go through the open house and you say, oh, by the way, there are a few other properties that are just down the road. Would you like me to send those to you? Perfect. What's a good text for me to forward this text to you? And then you write down their number, right? And maybe later on you show them a few of the properties that have sold. Do you want me to just email those over to you? Great. What's your email address? Now I've collected name, and I've got a phone number and I've got an email address, right? Now I've created a reason to follow up. Do you see? There's a strategy behind doing this if you make it a plan. And so that can be a great lead generation plan for your priority number 2, right? Now, priority number 3, what might that be? Any ideas? Events. Maybe people want to do social media marketing. I'm an avid social media user. You can tell by my haircut. I'm kidding. But it might be attending the lead generation through social media, the MREA playbook strategy that we're going to be teaching in the Market Center, and then executing a 5x5x5 each and every week or each and every day of each week. If you don't know what that is, it's cool because we're going to actually be teaching you guys how to do that this year. So you guys can dominate your own social media, right? It could be making sure that we're doing more with video to be able to put up on our social media. It could be building a Google My Business page, which we're going to be teaching you how to do this year. Building out your own YouTube channel, which we're going to be teaching you how to do this year. right? And then taking and cross-utilizing that content through Instagram Reels, through your LinkedIn page, through your YouTube Shorts, right? And those things all show up in your Google, and eventually you have this thing called Google Juice because you had a plan that you executed throughout the year and you systematized. Do you see the benefit of having a written plan? Because otherwise, what happens when we show up on Monday? We focus on urgent things that are cleverly disguised as important. So once you have kind of a one-page business plan, and look, do you see like what I've added to the GPS over here is the why? Because what I've realized, if people don't have kind of a personal plan, like the things that they really want to do in life, you know, whether it's traveling or putting money in or buying an investment property or paying for their kids' education, right? If there's no why there, what happens to the plan? It sort of fizzles out, right? Because we don't end up having a great relationship with things that feel like work. But we definitely have a great relationship with things that feel like work when it's powered by something that's important to us, you know? We've all heard of the why. First chapter, MREA. Go back and read it, you know? What is your why? Like, what's the thing that actually causes you to do the crazy shit like wake up and show up to an office every day? I said it. Somebody got it? Piggy bank? Yeah, I said it. I'm trying to do better. Hold me accountable. Trying to do better. So far, that's only 1 in 50 minutes. So massively awesome. Massively awesome. There is only due. Thank you, Risa. That's good accountability. All right, so listen. This next document is kind of a 411 that I've basically partially filled out for you. So assuming I had some of these priorities and strategies in place, my next job is to begin to unpack those priorities and strategies. So at the top of this document that's here, you can write an annual goal if you want, but I don't care if it took a year to hit the goal or 90 days to hit the goal. So generally what I do in the very top thing is I call it sort of a parking lot for my priorities. Right? So what are the priorities that I'm actually working on right now? And then right underneath that is what are the strategies underneath the priority that I'm currently working to unpack? A strategy is not a task. Do you understand that? A strategy is probably a series of tasks that need to take place in order for it to be able to get marked off your list. A strategy might have 20 different things, you know, attached to it. So each week, I have to basically unpack these strategies that are sitting in that middle parking lot, right? I unpack those into actionable items. As soon as I unpack those things into actual actionable items, I go right over to my calendar, and I drop it in my calendar. How many of you guys have heard this term, discipline equals freedom? So the very first person that I ever heard that from was my mother, General Lee Stern, all right? Literally, and I was like, I did not get into real estate to have, you know, have to follow a schedule, right? And she was like, well, discipline equals freedom, all matter-of-factly. And as a matter of fact, she is correct. Discipline does equal freedom. Now, we don't need to be disciplined in all areas, all right? That's just like never gonna happen. Just ask my mom. She's been trying with me for a long time. But we need to be disciplined in the things that matter most, right? And so for me, discipline is about following a GPS. Every single Sunday before I get into the office, I'm creating my 411, and then I'm using that 411 to fill the space in my calendar to ensure that I'm working on the must-dos. The one tip I can give you about taking and unpacking strategies into a calendar is leave plenty of white space in your calendar. Why? Because real estate is full of cleverly important things or urgent things that are disguised as important, all right? They're insidious and they will affect you, right? So leave a lot of white space because that way when your phone dings you or whatever haptic you have on and you look at it and you see that it's a calendar appointment to do the thing that mattered the most, you actually now spend that 30-minute chunk to do the thing. The other thing I can tell you about unpacking actionable strategy or actionable items from your strategy is don't do it for a 3-hour segment because you ain't gonna do it. You know, max amount of time that you guys are gonna be able to focus on any one thing is 90 minutes, but don't even start there. Start with like 15 or 30 minutes. Like, look, I'm gonna just spend 30 minutes and go through the letters A through D of my database just to see who am I missing, name, address, phone number, email, right? I'm just working on completing that from strategy number 1 under priority number 1. Right? Notice that strategies and priorities should be in order of priority, right? So you're focused on the thing that matters most, which means all of those other things that are sitting there, yeah, they're all things that need to be done, but what's the one thing that needs to be done such that by doing it, everything else becomes easier or unnecessary? That would be your number one thing, right? So just focus on one thing at a time. The thing I can assure you is that success will come from following a plan like this if you're just doing it every single week and you're focusing on the things that matter most. Because aggregation of marginal gains plus time usually means big wins. You want to build a big team, you want to build a Stern team, you want to build something like that. What you do is you aggregate these little things over a long period of time. The discipline of having a plan, unpacking that plan into a 411, ultimately hitting your calendar, and just doing it every Sunday before you show up on Monday. Because that is half the battle. The other half is just making sure you come and actually do the things. All right? So I've given you guys a blank GPS in there. I've given you a partially filled out 411. I've given you a blank 411 so you can do your own. I've given you instructions in there of how to do a damn GPS if you haven't done one of these before. And I've also given you instructions in there on how to do the 411, but you all showed up, so you got all of that information. And I will tell you this, Lee Stern told me the very first business planning clinic that I ever went to is that if I wrote down my goals, that I would be 60-something% more likely to actually achieve those goals. That's all I remember from the first business plan. No offense, it was fun, but I only remember that one thing because I'm like, shit, all I got to do is write this down and I'm just more likely to achieve it. So I moved in that direction. So we're not asking you to, do everything perfectly all the time, but move yourself in the right direction and have a plan in place to help you get there. If you have questions about how to do this, I am a very good person to talk to on this because I've been teaching it for a lot of years, and I personally have been doing this for myself for the last 15, 20 years. Many of you guys that are in here have learned how to do this through working with me. I'm here for you. That's what I want, all right? I want you to take advantage of your plan and this guy, and let's do it, all right? That's what I got. Now we have, let's see, wants and needs. Wants and needs for 2-3 minutes before we get to our preferred partner. Wants and needs. Mr. Hefe, it's so good to see you, man. I love the new hair too, man. Like, it's cooking. It is cooking. Yeah, jealous.
Don't
hair
be
envy.
jealous. It's okay.
Yeah.
So I've got 2 listings. One that just went live today, and one's in Clinton. It's 5-bedroom, 3-bath, quarter-acre lot, huge 2-car garage, $489,900. And then another one going live tomorrow in Roy. It's a horse property, small place, right about 1,600 square foot, 4 bedrooms, 2 bath, but it's a 0.8 acre lot, horse property, $475,000. So
$475,000?
Yes.
Dang.
Yes.
Need any help with open houses?
Yes, that would be great.
Okay. Who would like to do open houses? That's the spirit. Boom. A man with a plan on a mission. All right, you guys connect. Congrats, man. That's awesome. Yep.
We've got South Salt Lake. We just dropped to $498 to get under that 500 price point. 5 bedrooms, 2 bath, 1 3/4. The outside is ugly. The inside is beautiful. So we're going to change that, front picture to hopefully get people through the door. Location is our biggest obstacle. So we are looking for somebody to do another open house on that one. And then your opinion on price is going to help us, get to where we need to be on that one.
Awesome. Thanks, Melanie. Anybody else wants and needs? All right, good. Boom. See, I love this guy, man. He's got a plan. So cool. It's great to have Silverback back in here. Brian, come up and talk to us about your company. Yeah. Yeah,
Very
thanks.
good. I love the energy.
It's coffee, man.
I need some. So I am now the new area manager for Silverback up here in Salt Lake County. So I look forward to getting to know all of you. I've been covering Utah County down to St. George for a couple years, about 2.5 years for Silverback. And I know that we've had some changes in some people up here. You probably all knew Josh and Landon, but I'm excited to be up here in Salt Lake County. I actually live in South Jordan, so it's a little bit less of driving every day for me, so it's really cool. But look forward to getting to know you. I've maybe called some of you. I'll probably call the rest of you before too long. trying to get through all these lists and getting to know everybody. So make sure you save my information. If I can help with anything, let me know. Yes, Lee.
So Brian, because I